want to make an amazing design today. I want to use these materials to make a beautiful, irresistible fascinator. So you're welcome to class. We will be needing this turn up fascinator is not a mold, it's already made fascinator. 1 stick of this, berries, a pair of scissors. Of course, you need your hot glue gun, 2.5 inches wide of crinoline, some trimming, feathers, and of course your Alice band. So welcome, let's go to class. We have 3 bows, 3 different sizes of bows that we want to fix together, and we are cutting it from bridal satin, doll face bridal satin. The longest of the bow, we are cutting length 14 inches by width 5.5, 14 inches by 5.5. The second one, which is in the middle, is 12 inches by 5.5, and the smallest one, which will be on top, is 10 inches by 5.5. All doll face bridal satin. Doll face bridal satin, using it to make 3 bows. You can be creative, you can make yours to be up to 4 bows. So fold it together like I'm doing. Fold it one end to another along your length. Fold it one to meet the other. Then you are going to be sewing to sew the 2 edges together. But in order to add some volume to it, to make it a little thick, we'll need paper stay. You will gum paper stay on the wrong side of your doll face. Paper stay to give it some volume. Paper stay, use your pressing iron to gum your paper stay on the wrong side of the satin. Can you see? That's the wrong face where you stuck your paper stay. Now fold it together that way with the wrong side facing you. Fold it together and stitch. Remember, this is width 5.5, and we want, after you have sewn, you should have 2.25 on each side, because that is the width of the crinoline. So bring it out, then take to the iron, stretch it. When you finish stretching, then you tuck in crinoline inside each of those pieces that you have. Having ironed it, let that place, that line, that seam of ironing be in the middle. Then you tuck in same length of crinoline as you can see me do. Tuck in same length of crinoline. Tuck in the crinoline for the 3 pieces, as this case may be. You don't need to make it longer, just the appropriate length. Tuck it in. Make sure that everything is well placed, as you can see me doing here. You can use any color of crinoline. I have black available, that's why I'm using black. Crinoline comes in different colors. If you get yellow color, it will be better. So we are making 3 bows. So arrange your bows together. Can you see the way I arranged it? The longest one is at the base, the shorter one in the middle, and the shortest on top. So with the matching thread and your long needle, stitch the 3 bows together. Stitch the 3 bows together. It might not be easy because this is now thicker. Take your time to do a good stitching. Make sure you use the same color of thread. You have to make sure that your work is neat. Then you must have, fixed your hot glue gun. You must have plugged it to the wall before now. So when it's hot, you reinforce the stitching with gum from the hot glue gun. So what are we going to do now? Take your trimming. We want to, embellish the edges of this fascinator cap with this silver trimming. We want to give it a beautiful look. We want it to stand out. So we are going to use that hot glue gun to gum the trimming along the edges of the cap, both on it and under it, just along the edges, very neatly. Make sure you do a neat job. Now we finished gumming the trimmings along the edges of our cap. As you can see, we've stuck our 3 bows together, and we have a bunch of feathers and also a bunch of silver berries. So now you release the creativity within you to find out how you can best arrange your accessories. Here we have 3 different accessories: bows, feathers, and berries. So you can, predetermine the way you would arrange your accessories before you start stitching. So I got my needle and thread and I started stitching my bow. I haven't placed it on the exact point I want it to be. So I stitched the 3 bows to the cap with the berries and the feathers. I'm going to be using my hot glue gun to do a proper work. As you can see, I gummed everything together after stitching. Make sure it's a neat job. Let your finishing be neat. I'm checking my work to make sure that the finishing is very, very top notch. So next is to stick my Alice band with the work I've done. I need to stick my Alice band to the fascinator cap. So you get your scuba, that thick one. Get your scuba, the thick one. Cut out that piece that you will use to be doing the sticking. So if you have a zigzag scissors, some people call it shear, SHEAR, a zigzag. The teeth is different from the conventional scissors. Use it to cut out a circle that is big enough to cover your Alice band, to stick your Alice band to your cap. So before you do the sticking, get your mannequin and determine exactly the point, the spot where you are going to be gumming your cap to your band. Anyway, just let your creativity guide you. Determine exactly where you want to stick it. I've found where I want to stick it. I've made up my mind where it's gonna be. So I will stick everything together. Make sure your hot glue gun is very, very hot. The hotter it is, the better. That is how your materials will be able to gum perfectly together. And so I have done the sticking together. Place your Alice band on the cap and use that round scuba that you cut out to cover your sticking. You don't want it to be messy, so use that cut out piece to gum it together. Can't you see how gorgeous I'm looking? I'm celebrating my work. It's so beautiful, so beautiful. We finished it in less than 30 minutes. You can